Yo, happy new year everybody. Welcome to 2026. We have a lot of games coming out this year, but I wanted to talk about some of my most anticipated games of 2026, so let's jump right in and check it out. First on the list is Megaman Star Force Legacy Collection. This game brings together the Star Force trilogy, which takes place in a future where society relies on electromagnetic wave technology. The story follows Geo Stellar, a quiet, emotionally distant kid who forms a bond with an alien being known as Omega X's. Together they fight digital and wave-based threats, with the Geo slowly learning to open up and connect with others. Unlike classic Mega Man games, Star Force focuses heavily on character growth, friendship, and emotionally storytelling, making it one of the most personal Mega Man games in the series. Now, I've never had a chance to play Star Force because I didn't have a Nintendo DS as a kid. I know it's a crime I didn't have one, but y'all gotta blame my parents because they wouldn't buy me anything video game related. So as a kid, if I wanted to buy anything video games related, I had to save up money and buy it myself. So yeah, for me this is going to be a completely new adventure, and I'm excited to see how this game compares to the other Battle Network games in the Mega Man franchise. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection releases March 27th, 2026. Next we have Onimusha Way of the Sword. The series goes back to its roots of samurai action and supernatural horror. Set in feudal Japan, the story centers on a warrior battling demonic forces that threaten the balance between the human and spiritual worlds. The narrative blends historical elements with dark fantasy, focusing on honor, revenge, and the cost of power. Like previous entries, it emphasizes a lone swordsman facing overwhelming evil with a serious tone and cinematic presentation. Onimusha is a game I played when I was a kid, and it scared the shit out of me. That being said, I want to experience it as an adult because I remember the game being dark and gritty with really crazy story, so I'm totally here for it. The combat looks amazing from what I've seen thus far. Think Ghost of Tsushima meets Sekiro. I'm a sucker for historical fiction, and I'm hoping for some intense storytelling from Onimusha Way of the Sword. Next game is Persona 4 Revival. Although I'm not exactly sure what kind of game Persona 4 Revival is going to be, I can tell you that the story is about a supernatural murder mystery set in a quiet rural town. The protagonist transfers to a new school only to become involved in a series of bizarre killings connected to a mysterious TV world. And that's all I'm really going to say about the story because I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but the reason why I'm super excited for Persona 4 Revival is because this past year, 2025, I finished Persona 3R, and holy shit, that game was fun. From the characters, to the persona, to the storyline, even the main character, I enjoyed Persona 3R so much that it really got me back into the Persona series. I liked Persona 5, but not as much as I liked 3R. So I'm hoping that Persona 4 Revival can solidify the remaster series for me. And you know what, Persona 3R even has me replaying the Royal Edition, so maybe I'll change my mind of what I think about Persona 5. As far as Persona 4 Revival, hopefully it comes out this year, maybe even late 2026, fingers crossed. Now the next game on the list is Pragmata, one of the most mysterious games still on the horizon. Set in a futuristic world, the story follows an astronaut and a young android girl as they struggle to survive in a broken, high-tech environment. Rather than traditional storytelling, Pragmata appears to focus on atmosphere and character relationships. The bond between the two leads is central to the narrative, with themes of isolation, artificial intelligence, and what it means to be a human in a world dominated by technology. Now, I enjoy sci-fi games, especially games like Nier Stellar Blade, where the game goes into a philosophical route discussing things like humanity and sentience. I'm definitely getting that vibe from this game, and ever since people started comparing it to Mega Man, which kinda touches on the subjects, I couldn't help but want this game to come out sooner. Not to mention that the combat in this game looks really unique. You're basically attacking enemies while you're solving a puzzle, and for me that was like the selling point. I thought, holy shit, the combat in this is so unique, it's so different from what I've played before. This is gonna be fun to check out, and ever since then I've been super excited. Pragmata releases April 24th, 2026. By the way, if you like what I'm doing with this video and you want to hear me talk about more JRPGs, action games, RPGs, or even anime games, then hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. because one of the main goals in 2026 for us is to start growing and building a community. I want to be able to provide more informative videos for you guys, news, and just talk about video games in general. So yeah, help me out here, and hopefully we can have an amazing 2026. And back to the video. Alright, only 2 more games to go on the list, and Tides of Annihilation is the next game. It's a dark fantasy action game set in a universe of modern London twisted by a supernatural invasion. The player takes on the role of a lone survivor who can summon spectral knights to fight alongside them. The story blends Arthurian legend with apocalyptic fantasy, hinting at themes of loss, destiny, and the collapse of reality itself. As you explore the shattered city, the narrative slowly reveals what caused the world to fall apart and what role the protagonist plays in either saving or ending what remains. Its haunting tone and mysterious storytelling are a huge part of the hype. And not to mention, Tides of Annihilation's gameplay definitely caught my eye. It's super flashy, it's super fast paced and beautiful, very reminiscent of Final Fantasy 16 or even Stellar Blade in my opinion. But I'm also heavily interested in exploring the story and this mysterious world, especially because it's based off of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, one of my favorite folklores. Now, Tides of Annihilation is expected to release in 2026, with a specific date yet to be announced, but who knows, we might get something like later this year. I'm hoping we get something later this year, because goddamn, I cannot wait to play this game. And lastly, we have Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, one of the most story-rich entries in the entire series. The game begins on a peaceful island that believes itself to be the only land in the world. When ancient ruins are discovered, the protagonist and their friends uncover a forgotten past tied to lost continents and civilizations. The story revolves around traveling to the past, restoring lands that vanished long ago, and helping people resolve conflicts that prevented their world from surviving. Unlike other Dragon Quest games, the narrative is slow and more episodic, focusing heavily on human stories, moral choices, and the long-term impact of history. Its emotional storytelling and massive scope are why it still stands out today. I'm super excited for this game because I've been waiting for another 3D Dragon Quest game since Dragon Quest XI, which came out roughly around 2017, and yes, we've had remasters and remakes, but I completely fell in love with Dragon Quest XI. I don't really know why. I don't know if it's because it has Akira Toriyama's art style, which I definitely love. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z and it has a huge impact on me, or if it's because the characters are so well written, the music is not too bad, and the gameplay is just, chef's kiss, or because if it's all of those things. But I'm super excited to see Dragon Quest return to 3D, and hopefully this game kind of scratches that Dragon Quest XI itch, at least until we can get more information on Dragon Quest XII. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined releases February 5th, 2026. So yeah, those are my most anticipated games of 2026, from Megaman all the way to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I know there are a ton of games coming out in 2026 that I probably don't have on this list, so I want to know from you guys, what are your most anticipated games for 2026? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.